Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to the channel. So I'm finally doing the auto fog light on module here from Boost Auto Parts, part number 1844CX. Literally 3 parts, should be about a 5-minute install. And then we'll have fog lights turning on every time the headlights turn on as well. No tools required, takes probably 5 minutes to do it. Pull a plug out of your BCM, tap 2 wires together, then your fog lights turn on every time your headlights or your parking lights turn on as well. And it was under 20 bucks. Now I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, why not just turn your fog lights on? What's the big deal? Well, the issue with that is every time the truck turns off, there's no memory on the fog light setting. So the fog lights turn off every time there's a new start cycle. You have to manually turn your fog lights back on. So this takes, I guess, the thinking out of it or the routine. But yeah, I think the more light output, the better. The fog lights do a great job of lighting up the ground, which you can't go wrong with. And for 20 bucks, 5 minutes to install it, no tools required. Very, very straightforward thing, which means I can install this right here and right now. So I say we do that. Good lighting is essential, so I'm gonna move the truck around into the sun. So in order to have the fog lights turn on, I don't think they'll turn on right now because it's not dark enough, but their headlights are on, turn them on manually. Have to press that button right there, and then the fog lights turn on. Now with the module, there's not going to be any need to push this button right here. So every time, so watch, so they're on still, truck's off, turn the truck back on, and now the fog lights are off. So the module right there is going to keep those things on every time the headlights, or I guess the parking lights, turn on. Very first step is to locate the BCM or the body control module. Super easy to access. It's right up in here. And you guys won't have all these wires in your way. That's from my Z-Flash module. But there they are right there. There's a gray, a pink, a brown, and a black. You want to press that little tab right there on the brown harness, and then it comes right out. Now I'm not pulling this one out myself because this right here is actually the Z-Flash for me. So mine's special. You guys at home, you press that button right there and pull this guy out, but mine's not in, the original one for me is not in here anymore. Mine's plugged into here, and then there's a new harness that goes into the BCM on my end. But this right here is the original brown harness right here that goes into the BCM. So I'm unplugging mine from here, but you guys are unplugging yours from the BCM. So I'm gonna unplug mine from the Z-Flash modules harness. And this right here is what you're unplugging from your BCM. Just mine's not plugged into the BCM anymore, it's plugged into an adapter. So it's the only difference there. Now that I have it unplugged from the BCM, there's this tape wrapped around the wires that I'm gonna pull down just a little bit so I can get a good clamp on the 2 wires that we're tapping into. Okay, so I'm actually gonna cut some of this tape off the wires because it has the wiring bound up a little bit too tight for me to get access to the wire I'm trying to get to. So I'm gonna cut the tape a little bit just so I can spread the wires open a little bit more. The first wire we're tapping into is pin location number 10, which is 3 down and 3 to the right. For me, that's a brown wire with a white stripe, but definitely don't go off the color code. Go off the pin location. So that's the first one we're tapping into. So we'll take one of these. Now the other wire we're tapping into is gonna be on the bottom row, 1 over from the left. In my case, it's that blue wire right there, but for primary reference, use location, not the color. So it's spot number 22, bottom row, 1 over from the left. Alrighty, we are tapped into wire number 22 and wire number 10. Time to connect them together. There's a blue ring on one end of this module. The direction it goes is very important because this module right here only lets power flow in one direction. Blue ring side goes into the brown wire with the white stripe. Then the other end goes into the blue wire, spot number 22. Perfect. Then reinstall this plug into the BCM. That's literally all there is to it, dude. That was the easiest install I've ever done on this truck. But I'm gonna plug mine into the Z-Flash module harness, tuck it back up behind the plastic, and this right here is a wrap. Now hopefully the Z-Flash module doesn't cause any problems for me, but let's fire it up, turn the headlights on, and hope for the best. Let's go! Yes, dude. Oh, low key, the whole time I was like, dude, the Z-Flash module thing is gonna mess me up, but just like that, dude, fog lights turn on automatically with the headlights. That right there was hands down the simplest install I've ever performed on this truck. Dude, I'm hyped right now. That's so sick. Now let's see what happens when I turn the fog. Okay, so as of right now, actually there's no feedback on the dashboard here that the fog lights are on because it bypassed the computer. So if we turn the fog light button on, the fog light now illuminates on the instrument cluster there, but nothing changes on the fog lights. Nice, dude. So that's pretty much all there is to that. But yeah, I guess it doesn't matter if you turn this on or off anymore. Yeah, the light there will turn off and on the dashboard, but I mean, there's really no difference. Now, what I want to find next is some way to turn on the cargo lights with the reverse lamps. There's got to be a module for that. If you guys know of it, let me know. I haven't done any research yet, so it could be very easy to find. I have no clue. That right there would be really cool to have the cargo lamps. These guys right here turn on with the reverse lamps, and this light right here on the tailgate handle would be really cool to have those on when the truck's in reverse. So I'm sure there's a module out there for that, just like this one, but I'll have to look into it and check it out. But yeah, dude, we are good to go. So now if we have just the parking lights on, I guess the fog lights will stay on as well, right? Yep. So that's cool though. And that right there pretty much wraps up the installation portion of this video. As you guys seen, very, very straightforward to install. It's super cheap and over time going to make things a lot more convenient, especially if you like driving with your fog lights on as much as I do. So now it's time to go do some Christmas shopping. Let's go down to the mall and see if we can't find something good.
Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love there's always a way. And oh, this time of year we come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside.
Alrighty guys, got some Christmas shopping done. Can't show you guys what I got though, because I'm just gonna tell my friends and family what I got them now. But alright, come inside the truck real quick. I'm gonna show you guys how we no longer have to use the fog light switch. Check this out, ready? Turn it on, no fog light button. And the fog lights now turn on with the headlights. How awesome is that right there? So yeah, like I said, super cheap, super easy to install. Christmas time is here. I think it's a perfect gift or stocking stuffer for your friends, your loved ones, your homies, whoever. That right there is pretty much all I have for you guys today. As always, hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.